start Vorloffing here in just a few minutes. And then of course once the Vorloff is done, we'll start sending it into its kettle, and then start sparging on top of the mat. You guys can see once he starts this up, you're able to see the work through here. So once he starts it up, it gets, you know, obviously be trubid for a little while, and then what do you Vorloff for? About 15-20 minutes these days, Chris? 20 minutes or so. I'll get the boil in here. Boil. Stops will go in just after 4. And then of course in the whirlpool again. Then the other kettle. So this is the one that's about to receive the work that's in the louder ton right now. So the bulk crate comes to a flex auger or a 2-row silo. The special ones we add by hand, dump the bags in downstairs. They also get laid up here. Once they're milled in the lower mill house, once the barley malt's milled, and then it comes up through here. That's a cable that tells us exactly how much malt's in there. We get it down to the pound before we mash it. And it'll take about 15-20 minutes. After about 20 minutes or so, it's nice and clear and ready to go. In this case, in the kettle too. We're very pleased with this system. This performed very well for us. Right now, we're producing about 2,000 wort barrels a week. Puts us at about 100,000 wort barrels a year, or about 1 to 1.2, 1.3 million case equivalents of beer a year. So we're very pleased with it. It could be a little more automated. But other than that, it works great. We get great boils, we get great evaporation rates, we have excellent efficiency from louder ton. But these days, the better fabricators of these systems, once you get over 50 barrels to 200 barrels and larger, systems are generally very efficient, perform very well, very automated. So I mean, at the end of the day, you not only want a quality product, but you want a consistent product. So to be able to replicate things again and again is pretty important.
Right. And that's what makes a successful craft brewery.
That's right. So our pilot system over there under the louder ton here. Nothing super fancy, nothing super high tech, but certainly does a good job for us when we're testing out. You know, we were talking about Shane's Red Ale, for example. We did about 4 pilot brews on that to really dial in the hop combination and especially malts as well. So pretty simple, straightforward, works really good. We've got a couple like uni-tank style fermenters. It'll flow either back up to the louder ton for recirculation, or it'll go into one of the 2 kettles. So again, right now he's still recirculating, and once he gets clarity, he'll start sending it over. The typical louder time for us is about 2.5 hours or so. 2 hours 15 minutes, 2 hours 30 minutes. Right now we're running a cleaning cycle on our wort line for our heat exchange. That's why you see these guys we're intentionally letting some chemical flow through there, so that we can get everything cleaned up. So it drops down through this pipe, and of course spins around in the vessel. We'll keep it pumping, and that'll cause the solids to create a cone in the middle, and then the liquid to kind of be more on the outside, and then we pull off the side of the whirlpool to get that nice clear wort.
How long do we usually take to cool the wort down?
Well, it takes about 40 to 50 minutes to send the entire contents of the whirlpool to fermentation. And as it goes through the heat exchange, it happens very, very quickly, where the work, within a matter of seconds, gets chilled from boiling temperature down to room temperature, basically. And then after that, it's conveyed up through these hard lines and gets sent into the fermentation hall. And then here we have our CIP system, and it's running right now. We're running the recirculation, actually it's sanitizing recirculation. And we have that third vessel there. It's a hot liquor tank that's used just to support the cellar operations, tank cleaning, flushing filters, and whatnot. These four 200-barrel fermenters. So that increased our fermentation, our total fermentation capacity from 5,800 barrels to 6,450 barrels. It's about 2 million pints of beer in this drink.
And last time we heard you also were doing some contract brewing. Did you stop doing that?
Yeah, we haven't done any contract brewing in some time now, and we don't intend to. We pretty much need all of our fermenters to support our Flying Dog beers.
That's great.
Yeah. There's no work in it yet, but we're sanitizing these work lines. And once the work line's sanitized, hook it up to the bottom of the tank, and then the work from the whirlpool, after it gets chilled, we go right into here, we oxygenate it on its way, and 450-barrel brews into this tank, and by sometime, let's see, middle of the night, this tank will be full. A lot of raging bitch in this fermentation hall.
Stuff is good. Great stuff.
Thanks, yeah. All the work we produce goes through this room. This is where we add our air to the work, to oxygenate it. If we need to pull some work to grow some yeast, we can pull it right off of this line here into one of these tanks. We have a Saison yeast growing right now for Wilderman, which we brewed tomorrow night. Yep. So once we get, as you guys know, you can feed it in steps and step it up, and this has already had 2 or 3 feeds. The bad news is, you might want to finish those or dump them. If you want to dump, you can dump them right in here, but I'm going to go get pigtails so we can sample off this tank. This is our single hop Citra, which I don't think anybody really outside this building has tried.
I found the raven in a jagged hole, her golden hair, her glow like steel with rusted chains.
Our single hop series, this year we're doing 6. So we basically keep the grist for each beer the same, and then just use a different hop. Same.
So maybe you did El Dorado.
Yep, we did El Dorado, we've got a Nelson Sauvin, we've got Galaxy, these are ones that are coming up. Chinook, Centennial.
Is it tap only?
3 of them will be draft only, and 3 of them will be bottle and draft.
In a while, when the time is right, no cloud in the sky, and the fruit is ripe. Birds sing out from their trees way up high, such a sweet melody. Little rose, sweet thing, take me by the hand, let me on at the promised land. And I ain't looking back, and I ain't coming down from that mountain way up high. And I know, yes I know, that I lost my heart and soul.
this case, we wanted to do something a little out of the ordinary, so we decided to make
That's the main downside.
IPA with no hops.
It's worth a thought.
And
yeah,
we came up with the Zero IBU IPA, the International Arms Race. So Brewdog's made their version, we've made our version. We'll be releasing in the next month or so both versions in the UK and in Europe, and then hopefully within about a month we'll be releasing both versions here in the US. We'll have some events surrounding it. So it's an interesting beer. It's I think it's pretty good. I'm very curious to see what people think of it. So. But that's the thing, we wanted to invoke that. We want to see people look at the label and say, Zero IBU IPA? Really? Let me try it, you know? We'll definitely want some sweetness. It's got some aromatics. I'm pretty curious to see how it ages, how it holds up. But yeah, it's just having fun, you know, challenging the status quo and experimenting and having a good time.